Hi friends, welcome back on Rare Bucks. Hold on, stop scrolling right now, because what I'm about to show you today could literally change the way you look at your loose change forever. I have 3 coins sitting right here in front of me, 3 Susan B. Anthony dollars, and I am telling you, some of these are selling at auction for numbers that will make your jaw hit the floor. We're talking thousands of dollars, we're talking rare mint errors, we're talking coins that most people have thrown in a jar and completely forgotten about. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to want to run to your coin collection, your grandma's dresser drawer, your old piggy bank, wherever, because these coins are worth way more than you ever imagined. Let's get into it. First up, coin number 3, 1999 P. Susan B. Anthony $1 all right. Let's kick things off with number 3 on our list today, and I saved this one for the opening act because honestly, this coin alone deserves its own documentary. We are talking about the 1999 P. Susan B. Anthony $1 coin, struck right there at the Philadelphia Mint, carrying that bold P mint mark that collectors absolutely go crazy for, and for very good reason. Now here's the thing about this coin that most people completely miss. 1999 was supposed to be the end. The Susan B. Anthony dollar had already been out of production since 1981, sitting dormant for nearly 2 decades, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, the United States Mint brings it back in 1999 for one final run. Why? Because the Sacagawea dollar wasn't ready yet, and the government needed dollar coins to keep up with demand from transit systems and vending machines across the country. So what you have in your hand when you hold a 1999 P is literally a resurrection coin. A coin that was never supposed to exist again. That story alone makes it extraordinary. The face value? $1. That's what the government says it's worth. But we are not here to talk about face value. Are we? No. Because in the real world, the collector's world, this coin is playing a completely different game. A circulated 1999 P in average condition is already trading for anywhere between $15 to $30, which is already 15 to 30 times its face value. But when you start climbing the grade ladder, things get absolutely wild. In MS65 condition, that's a mint state, near perfect specimen, we are looking at values pushing $800 to over $1,000 easily. And in MS67? Certified by PCGs or NGC. Collectors have paid upward of $2,500 to $4,000 for premium specimens at major auction houses. $4,000 for a $1 coin. Let that sink in. But wait, because here is where it gets even more exciting. The 1999 P has some varieties and errors that push these numbers into completely different territory. The wide rim variety, sometimes called the near-date variety, is one of the most sought after in the entire Susan B. Anthony series. On this variety, the rim of the coin sits noticeably closer to the date, and the rim itself is visibly wider and more pronounced than the standard issue. Collectors hunt these obsessively. A wide-rim 1999 P in MS66 has crossed the auction block for over $5,000, and top-tier examples certified at MS67 have reportedly pulled in numbers approaching $8,000 to $10,000 among serious private collectors and major auction platforms. Then there are the error coins, and this is where things get truly jaw-dropping. Double die errors on the 1999 P, where you can see clear doubling on the portrait of Susan B. Anthony, or in the lettering, have sold for thousands upon thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the doubling and the grade of the coin. Off-center strikes, where the design is dramatically shifted from center during the minting process, can fetch anywhere from $500 for a minor shift all the way to several $1,000s for a dramatic 50% or more off-center error. Die cap errors, blockage errors, wrong planchet errors, Every single one of these on a 1999p is a treasure chest waiting to be opened. So if you have a 1999p Susan B. Anthony dollar sitting anywhere in your possession, do not, I repeat, do not spend it. Do not trade it away for face value. Get it examined, get it attributed, and if it has any of these varieties or errors, get it certified immediately. You could be holding thousands of dollars in the palm of your hand right now. Next up, coin number 2, 1980D Susan B. Anthony $1. Now we move into number 2, and this one right here, is the coin that experienced collectors whisper about when they talk about sleeper coins. Coins that the general public massively undervalues. The 1980D Susan B. Anthony $1 struck at the Denver Mint with that clean, crisp D mint mark sitting right there beneath the eagle on the reverse side. Now the 1980D had a fairly substantial mintage. Over 27 million coins were struck that year at Denver. And because of that, a lot of people assume it's common, assume it's worth nothing special, and just completely overlook it. That is one of the biggest mistakes a coin hunter can make. Because here's the secret that separates the casual collector from the serious numismatist. Mintage numbers mean absolutely nothing if the survival rate in high grades is low. And with the 1980D, the survival rate of truly pristine high-grade specimens is shockingly, surprisingly, beautifully low. Face value on this coin? $1. The government stamped that right on there. But the real-world collector market? Completely different story. In circulated condition, well-worn, passed through many hands, spent on subway tokens and vending machine sodas back in the day, a 1980D is worth somewhere between $8 and $25, depending on how much detail remains. That's already a solid premium over face value. But when you push into mint state territory, the coin transforms entirely. An MS-64 example is already commanding prices in the $300 to $500 range. An MS-65 certified specimen? You're looking at $800 to $1,500 without blinking. And the rare, elite MS-67 population, the coins so perfect they look like they just rolled off the mint press 60 seconds ago? Those have crossed the $2,500 to $6,000 mark at major auction events, and private sales among top-tier collectors have reportedly pushed even higher. Here's what makes the 1980D particularly fascinating from an error and variety standpoint. This year produced some remarkable double-die obverse varieties that are genuinely dramatic. You can see clear, strong doubling on the date numerals and on the lettering around Susan B. Anthony's portrait when you examine the coin under magnification. These double-die varieties on the 1980D have sold at auction for $2,000, $3,000, sometimes exceeding $5,000, depending on the grade and the strength of the doubling visible to the naked eye. The repunched mint mark varieties are another treasure hidden inside the 1980D population. Some coins from this year show clear evidence of the D mint mark being punched into the die more than once, slightly off from the original position, leaving a ghost image or a shadowed second D mark visible under magnification. These RPM varieties are absolute candy for specialists, and the prices they command reflect that passion. Anywhere from $500 in mid-grades to well over $3,000 in top-certified condition. There are also known examples of the 1980D appearing on incorrect planches, struck on dime planches on foreign coin planches, creating bizarre, thin, underweight coins that are completely wrong in every measurable way, and completely right for a collector's heart. A wrong planchet error 1980D can fetch prices ranging from $3,000 to over $8,000, depending on the drama of the error and the certification. So the next time someone tells you the 1980D is just a common coin worth $1, smile politely, nod your head, and walk away knowing what you actually know. Because this coin, in the right grade, with the right variety, with the right error, is worth the kind of money that pays for a vacation. Next up. Coin number 1. 1979p Susan B. Anthony $1 and now. The moment you've been waiting for. The coin that sits at the absolute top of our list today. The granddaddy of them all. The coin that started an entire revolution in American numismatic history. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you properly to the 1979p Susan B. Anthony $1 coin, the first year of issue, struck right at the Philadelphia Mint, and without question, one of the most important, most talked about, most passionately collected coins in the entire modern United States series. This coin changed everything. Before 1979, the United States hadn't produced a small-sized dollar coin in decades. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was introduced as a practical, modern solution, smaller than the old Eisenhower dollar, designed to replace the paper dollar bill in everyday commerce. It featured the iconic portrait of suffragist Susan B. Anthony on the obverse and the Apollo 11 Eagle landing design adapted from the Eisenhower dollar on the reverse. It was bold, it was historic, it was groundbreaking. And the 1979p was the very first one off the press. Face value, $1. Collector value, an entirely different universe. Here is where the 1979p gets extraordinarily interesting, because this coin comes in two dramatically different varieties that can mean the difference between a $20 coin and a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. And millions of people have no idea this distinction even exists. The 1979p comes in two types. The first is the filled S. Wait, no, this is the P mint mark, so let me be precise. The 1979p itself has the standard variety, but here's what makes this coin absolutely legendary in the collector community. The narrow rim versus wide rim variety distinction. The 1979p wide rim, sometimes called the 1979p near date because the date sits noticeably closer to the rim, is one of the great trophy varieties in modern U.S. coinage. On this variety, the rim is dramatically thicker and more pronounced, the date numerals are pushed visibly closer to the edge, and the overall look of the coin is distinctly different from the standard issue when you know what to look for. A standard 1979p in circulated condition trades for $10 to $25. Fine. Good. Better than face value. But a wide rim 1979p, even in circulated condition, starts at $50 to $100 and climbs sharply from there. In MS64 certified condition, the wide rim 1979p regularly sells for $1,500 to $3,000 at major auction platforms. In MS65, we're talking $3,000 to $6,000. And the truly elite specimens, MS66 and MS67, certified by PCGs or NGC, have crossed the $10,000, $15,000, and in some remarkable cases, $20,000 mark among the most passionate advanced collectors in the hobby. $20,000 for a $1 coin. From 1979. That is not a typo. Now, beyond the wide rim variety, the error landscape on the 1979p is nothing short of a goldmine. This was the first year of production, which means the mint was still dialing in its processes, and errors from first-year production runs are always historically significant and always heavily collected. Double die errors from 1979p show strong, dramatic doubling on the portrait, the date, and the motto. And certified examples of strong double die 1979p coins have sold for $2,000, $4,000, sometimes exceeding $7,000 depending on grade and visibility. Off-center strikes on the 1979p are among the most dramatic and visually stunning error coins in the entire Susan B. Anthony series. A 50% off-center example in mint state can pull $8,000 to $12,000 at a competitive auction. Coins struck on the wrong planchet. Susan B. Anthony designs pressed onto dime planchets, quarter planchets, foreign currency planchets are absolute showstoppers that command prices from $5,000 to over $15,000 when they appear at major auction houses. And the die cap errors, where the coin sticks to the die and gets pressed repeatedly into subsequent strikes, creating a bottle cap-shaped coin with a mirror-like impression on one side, those are the white whales of Susan B. Anthony error collecting. A legitimate die cap error on a 1979p is worth $10,000 to $25,000 to the right collector. The 1979p Susan B. Anthony dollar is the foundation coin. It's the keystone. If you find one in your collection, especially one that looks different from the normal issue, or one that has any kind of dramatic visual anomaly, do not do anything until you have had it properly examined and attributed by a professional numismatist. Because you might be holding the kind of coin that changes your financial year entirely. Final thoughts. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, 3 Susan B. Anthony dollars that prove beyond any shadow of a doubt that your pocket change, your inherited coin jars, your old collection sitting in shoeboxes in the closet, all of it deserves a second look. A serious, careful, magnified second look. We went from the groundbreaking 1979p that can push $20,000 in top grades to the secretly powerful 1980D with its incredible error landscape to the rare and beautiful 1999p resurrection coin that collectors are paying thousands for right now. These coins are out there. They are in circulation. They are in collections across this country sitting completely unrecognized. And now you know what to look for. If this video gave you value today, if it made you look at your coins differently, then do me one simple favor, hit that subscribe button right now. Because every single week, we are bringing you exactly this kind of content. The real values, the rare varieties, the hidden errors, the coins that the average person walks right past without a second glance. Subscribe Rare Bucks, hit the notification bell, and join this community of collectors who know the real worth of American coinage. I'll see you in the next one, and trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next.